Man, it's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the jungle. As y'all hear these
We in the
birds chirping,
jungle with it.
you'll hear these birds chirping. You hear the flies buzzing around your head. We are live from the jungle, and it's a jungle out
Take
here.
a woosah.
Woosah. It's very tranquil out here in Cowboys Nation.
Meditation is key.
Because you see, it is the off season. You see, it
Meditation combined with manifestation
brings
equals
you to your final destination.
realization. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what?
Let's
Oh,
do it.
let me put the
Take
regular
that shit
music
off
back
here,
on.
man.
That
You
was
got
funny though.
you got me feeling like I'm outside for real. We outside with it, man.
We outside with it, man. There we
But-
go.
Okay, now I'm feeling back smooth. Okay, check this out though. My line from earlier today was still relevant because it was obvious that the deal hadn't been done yet. It was still in the air
It was in the air.
because they had to do a whole nother announcement, right? So that means now it's finally sort of official, right?
It's official. It's about as official as it can get. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is now officially going to be the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator. So for everybody wondering, that was concerned or confused, we can actually go shopping because we actually know what kind of defense we're going to have, what kind of scheme we're going to run. So everything is everything at this point, man. So yeah, he said Zim is him. Yeah, so you ain't got to worry about, if you didn't like Rex Ryan, you ain't got to worry about him. If you didn't like Wink Martindale, you ain't got to worry about him. It's official. Mike Zimmer homecoming is complete. Ink, has been put to paper, so we can move on with roster building and everything else. Man,
Official
there
like
you
a
go.
brother with a whip, like what they say.
Yeah, hold on. Let me shut this down. Westerman trying to come in here. Booyah.
Official like a brother with a whistle. What'd be crazy? You notice something?
What's that?
You can't see him on here on our program. I look on the phone sometimes and I can see him. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Restream be tweaking out sometimes.
That's weird. Yeah.
But salute to everybody in the chat box as we try to get West in here. Peasy in the building. What's up with you? MJ in the building. What's up with you, man? Craig in the building. What's Gucci with you, man? Daniel Barrera Sports in the building, man. Desmond Ironman, aka Tony Stark, Kelvin Hicks, T Roy 88. Salute to all y'all out there, man, in Cowboys Nation. Hey, make sure y'all do the usual things when y'all slide in and rock with your independent content creators, man. First and foremost, when y'all tap in with us, please go ahead and hit that like button. The more likes that we get on these videos, the more that these platforms will show us love, push the content, and get us our content in front of more eyeballs. So if you want the liquor store to grow, hit the like button. If you want the trap to grow, hit that like button. If you want West platform to grow, hit that like button, man. It goes a very long way in helping our platforms reach their full potential.
Absolutely.
Another thing that y'all can do is share the content. That goes without saying. If you share it, it's going to get out to more people. More people will see it. And I believe in manifestation of the liquor store. That's what we practice. That's what we believe in. So if you want the Dallas Cowboys to win title number 6 in 2024, I need y'all to do like my brother Rico Jones and drop 6 emojis and to share the content 6 times. We're trying to listen. Dallas Cowboys need all the help they can get. Let's just keep it real. They need all the lucky bounces. They need all y'all grandmamas to pray for them. They need y'all to do everything y'all power to help them get over the hump. So send all the good wishes, share the content, drop the emojis, do everything in your power to help will us to title number 6. They need it.
Absolutely.
Johnny said we them boys. Gary out there helping us with it, man. Jacob Lee Master said lately it's been meditation and manifestation for your HTM. That's all that we got to do. And Craig said they sure do. You know they sure do, man. DC for Life Texas tapping in. He said, "What's good, landlord? HTM West Coast. Let's freaking go. Cowboys love number 6. Next thing is T.I. Whoop that bang bang. No Super Bowl winning game."
All right. They ain't won a Super Bowl in a while, huh? They the only team we can say that. They about the only team we can say that about.
No, There's a lot that got.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
Yeah,
we ain't talking about the peons. We talking about the real teams.
I mean, the 49ers have a longer championship drought than the Dallas Cowboys. They've been to 4 championship games, 3 Super Bowls. They lost 3 of their Super Bowls. So
they with 3 different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Shanahan a bad mama jama some kind of way, but some reason he just can't win it. He just can't win it.
I mean, Shanahan be making mistakes too. Cause let me ask you a question. Like, I think everybody in the world was familiar with the Josh Allen rule. You familiar with the Josh Allen rule?
I knew
right?
it very well. I don't know how did everybody acting like it was a mystery all of a sudden.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question. Knowing what you know, that there is not sudden death in overtime anymore, would you have kicked the ball?
Somebody kicked the field goal?
No, I mean like kicked it off. Would you have attempted the ball and got the ball to start, or would you have kicked it off?
It depends on my team. We talking about me with the Cowboys or them? If I was them.
Really, I really, in my humble opinion, I think the right thing to do in that situation is to kick it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because regardless of what happens, you know what you need when you get the ball. If they go down there and they score a touchdown, you know that you got to go for it on 4th down, get down there and score a touchdown to even it up. If they kick a field goal, you know a touchdown wins it, or you can tie with a field goal. Or, you know, if you put them on the field first and there's a defensive score, if they throw a pick 6 or you get a scoop and score for a touchdown, the game over that way too. Or if you get a stop, all you need is a field goal. So, you know, like all the scenarios lay out in your favor a little bit more, right? Because in the old overtime rules, you know, if you get the kickoff, you get the touchdown, the game is over right then at that point. So I think it's more advantageous to just go ahead and kick the ball because you know you're going to get an opportunity anyway.
True. You sure? I thought, because I'm kind of confused. Then maybe I don't know the rule as good as I thought. If the first team score a touchdown, it's over though, right? Thought if they scored,
the Josh Allen rule. That's why they changed it. Do you remember the game that got everybody on Josh Allen dick when him and Mahomes were in the shootout,
going back and forth?
Yeah, and then you know Tyreek Hill scored, got him in field goal range,
and the game was over.
No, because remember that's how it got to overtime. But in overtime, the Chiefs won the toss, got the ball, walked down, scored a touchdown, and won. They were saying Josh Allen was playing so well that he deserved the opportunity to get the ball back in his hands. So now, if you score a touchdown on the opening drive of overtime in the playoffs, only in the playoffs, if you score a touchdown in the opening drive of the playoffs, the other team has an opportunity to match.
See, I'm thinking, I knew they just had changed it to, well, a field goal didn't win it. I knew that. But I ain't know. I thought the first team that possessed, so I maybe didn't really know it either then. I didn't know if you could score a touchdown. I thought like it went like if you make them kick a field goal, now the other team get a chance to possess the ball. But you saying if they would have scored a touchdown, they still would have had another opportunity.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's no longer sudden death in the NFL in the postseason. Now, regular season is still the same thing. If you get the opening drive and score a touchdown, you just shit out of luck if you're the other team. But in the postseason, the Josh Allen rule is in effect. If you get the opening drive and you score a touchdown, the opposing team still gets a chance to go back there and match the touchdown. And then, if they match the touchdown, it's sudden death.
Okay, maybe I thought it was wrong. Maybe I was thinking about the other one then. My bad. But I thought I knew. Shit.
And that's the thing. Because don't feel bad because you are just a content creator and a fan. You do not have to
coach a whole team of people.
Exactly, and that's the problem. Because Kyle Shanahan people did not apparently know the goddamn rule. They were talking about they had no idea.
That's the biggest problem right there.
And attention to detail is one of the reasons why Kyle Shanahan keep losing football games in the postseason.
Yeah. Yeah, they said Tony Romo ain't know either.
Yeah, Tony Romo said some bullshit. I don't even know what the hell Tony Romo was talking about.
That's a little generous though to me. I ain't gonna lie. That's a little too generous. I don't think I like it.
I like it because I think it's ironic too though. the quarterback that made them put the rule in place is the quarterback that benefited from the rule.
So timeout. Shanahan didn't know either.
Shanahan said he knew.
He couldn't have knew. He couldn't have knew.
Shanahan said. Shanahan. I'm just saying what he said.
I feel like if he would have knew, he would have went for it.
Yeah.
No lie. I think if he would have knew that, he would have went for a touchdown. I don't think he knew that.
Man, I
think it's a little too generous for my taste. I'm gonna be real. Like, that's too nice. You in overtime and you allow a touchdown. Now I respect. I always had a problem with the field goal winning the game. I always had a problem with that. But if you go down there and let them score a touchdown, they still get opportunity. That's a little too generous for me. I ain't gonna lie.
In my opinion, I think it's fair because of one reason. Like there's nothing but luck that determines that if you get the ball first or not.
But your defense still got a chance to make them kick a field goal. Yeah. So your defense can do whatever they want to do. They could just like, hey, we ain't even got to show up. Let them go. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what they do.
Well, shit.
That's no accountability right there.
But they had accountability. What's up with you though, Wes? How you living, bro?
I'm good. I was actually in the show for like twice now, but it just wouldn't put my face on the camera. I don't know what the heck it was doing because I heard landlord when he was saying it didn't make no sense.
But
I was
that's a little too.
Well,
sweet
I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all gonna have to educate me. Y'all gonna have to educate me because I don't know.
I knew Wes. Look, I thought I knew. I ain't know what the hell I was talking about.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Anytime that I learn something, listen to me. Anytime at 41 years old, anytime that I learn something new about football, I stop what I'm doing. I put my blunt out, sit up,
pay attention,
and I pay the hell attention.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying I've seen everything in football, but one thing I love about football is it don't change very much. Like I told my pops the realest thing ever. My pop said, "You have a calling on you to talk about like plays and stuff like that." And me just being who I am, just being real. You know what I said? I said, Pops, you really think about it, football has really been the same for 60 years, right? So it's like when someone looks at a play and I see an offense and I see the defense what they're lined in and I can see the wide angle, all someone's doing is giving you the probability. And the probability is that this is cover 2. There's a tight end right there on the inside tucked beside that tackle. Theoretically, if this was Vegas, he would have a 90% odd of getting the ball. So when I say they gonna throw the ball to the tight end, it's because it's football. It just makes sense. Right. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you this. In the NFL, they know that's what's so dope about the NFL is that doesn't leave. Like they still know that this is cover 2 and they should attack this, but that's why you have really good athletes, right? And that's why I don't believe in the whole, you don't throw the ball in double coverage. The hell yes you do. Why? Why? Because at some point, the fact that you're a superior athlete, when does that kick in?
Eventually, hopefully.
At some point, it should kick in. I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. What I saw in that Super Bowl, and I don't even know I don't really, because I came in and the head in on this. But I will, y'all know what I do. I just come in talking about what the hell I want to talk about anyway. I'm going to tell y'all this right here. One thing I did see, I saw a defense. I saw an individual player in Chris Jones do the same thing I saw Aaron Donald do before he made a play that really sealed the Super Bowl. He didn't win the Super Bowl, but he made a play to seal the Super Bowl. And I'm going to tell y'all this right here. When your nuts are on the chopping block and you got to decide between your offense and your defense, your ass better go with that defense, bro. So me, truth be told, I have no clue why Shanahan put his offense on the field first, other than the fact that he thought that he was about to walk down the field and score first, a touchdown. Now, I think that is very, very I was very surprised at Shanahan when they said they want to go for it. Not because I just felt like I get you feel that your offense is doing what they doing, but Purdy ain't scoring no touchdown in a minute. And this ain't no 40-point game, right? Theoretically, this is a defensive game.
What you feel about that rule though?
What was the rule? I don't even know what the rule was.
Oh, okay.
That's what we probably been talking about. He already came in. He said, "I talk about what I want to talk about."
Yeah, I'll explain it because the overtime rule is no longer sudden death, West Coast.
My son, he playing with the Ravens on Madden because of Lamar Jackson, bro. I'm gonna tell you, Dak got to do something, bro. About to lose we ain't gonna lose him because I'm gonna fight for mine. The hell you mean? You always be playing with Lamar Jackson. Every time he play with Lamar Jackson.
But ain't he hard though?
Press slap yourself. I ain't trying to hear that.
Hey, it's mad.
I paid for this TV. I paid for this Xbox and this goddamn internet. I'll shut all this down.
Hey, I'm just saying. But hey, for real though, the rule has changed. You know, it's the Josh Allen rule. So now in overtime in the postseason, if the first team that gets the ball on their first possession go down and score a touchdown, the other team is allowed to go back down and match the touchdown.
Oh, so if they would have went down and so if the 49ers would have went down and scored a touchdown, the Chiefs were still getting the ball?
Yep.
He didn't know the rule then.
That's why nobody understood why he wanted the ball. Because
he didn't know the rule.
Andy Reid said if they want a coin toss, they're finna kick that motherfucker away.
Yeah, he didn't know the rule. There's no way. He didn't know the rule. And I'm gonna tell you this, he didn't know the rule. And it's the sad thing about it is nobody else on the team knew the rule too. And you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you. And I'm gonna tell you
why you said why would you receive? Because I didn't know what you was talking about. I thought it was just if you don't I thought it was a field goal.
And you saw how I came in the show. I came under the show under the impression that he had to walk down the field and score, and that was game. If that wasn't the case, then I see why Shanahan is 0-3 in Super Bowls because he can't win the big one, bro.
That's crazy, bro. I don't like that shit. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like that.
I'll be
the outlander, bro. But I don't like that at all. That's too sweet, man. That's like some college stuff.
It is college stuff, but people always said college had better overtime rules too.
No, what you saying? You don't like the fact that both teams get to possess the ball?
I don't like the fact that the defense could do whatever they want to do for the first.
What do you mean?
If they go out there and give up a touchdown, the game is still going.
Yeah, but you got to have faith that your offense. But you know what it does do, though?
It don't put no accountability on the first defense that's out there. None.
But hey,
it do if your offense ain't. Listen to me. It do if your offense ain't. I say it like this. It do if your like in that game, it did because the offense, San Francisco's 49ers defense was doing their job. And man, I called this game to a mother freaking T, bruh. I said that the San Francisco 49ers were going to be the dominant team and that Fred Warner and his defense was going to be all over Patrick Mahomes. But in the final moment, I'm sorry to say it, Patrick Mahomes was going to make a play and they were going to win the Super Bowl. And
Mr. Derrick Robinson, man, look, we just told you an NFL coach didn't know the rules. So whoever you talk about that didn't know everything and didn't know the rule, hey, it's people that's getting paid millions and they ain't know. So hey,
and you know what? I'm gonna tell you this right here. Even if he doesn't know the rule, bro, there's 16 coaches on the NFL staff. All you need is one person to know the rule. And guess what? Think about this. There's 53 active players with helmets and shoulder pads. All you need is one of them to know the rule. Then think about this.
And then they told him the rules. They told him
let me tell you. They
supposed to tell you too.
They did tell
you. And then think about this. There's 13 practice players that are on the sidelines. Bruh, all you needed was one person. All you needed was one person in a 49er jersey who was on the sidelines. You just needed one person. Nobody knew. That's on the 49ers, bro.
That's on the 49ers. The Chiefs knew.
Time out. If the referees tell you, that's definitely on them.
Yeah,
the referees tell you the overtime rules in the beginning of the period.
And they did. They announced it on the over the speakers. They told them, hey, with the rule, these are the overtime rules. Do you want heads or tails? Do you want to see the ball?
Did the Cowboys play the Ravens this year? Do we play the Ravens this year?
in
Bro, I'm gonna
Dallas.
tell you this. I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you
we
this
going to
right
that
now.
game. On my
I'm
mama,
gonna
we
tell you
going to that
this
game.
right now, bro. No lie.
We play
Shanahan
Cowboys
is
play the
a
Ravens this year.
bald-faced lie. He did not know that rule. I don't
He
care what
didn't know it.
nobody say. He did not know that rule, bro. Ain't no way he would have took that ball and he know whatever they do, he get a chance to get it back. Ain't no way he would have took the ball first. That's goofy. Ain't no
Nope.
way.
It makes
He's
no
a liar.
Nah, he
He's a
didn't know.
liar, bro. He did not
So
know.
what did he say?
He did not know.
Shanahan claimed he knew, but too many of his players said they didn't understand the overtime rule. So there's no way that you harped on it. Andy Reid players have been talking about the overtime rule since they got into the postseason.
That's sadly because it happened to them, so they gonna know.
I mean, they were the ones involved because remember, them beating Buffalo Bills in overtime made the NFL change the rule. So they have been very cognitive of it ever since it got implemented 2 years ago.
Yeah. Ain't no way them boys knew that rule, bro. Shanahan did not know that rule. That was goofy to accept that ball first. Goofy.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. He accepted it so confidently, like they had a full plan. They had a full plan. So yeah, man. I will say this: smart people do make dumb mistakes, and you know what? That was a moment where a smart person didn't make the right mistakes. You know what I'm saying? There was a time y'all remember that. I forget exactly what happened, but y'all remember that time that Mike Grable beat Bill Belichick. He beat Bill Belichick, and basically he had one of his players jump off sides twice. I think it was
on the punt off because it was a running clock.
Yeah, and because of that, Bill couldn't get the ball back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what ended up happening, but whatever happened, Bill Belichick was extremely mad. He was
Carmine said he felt like they defense was gonna be on the field back to back. That's still too risky to me. That's too risky.
He didn't know the rule. I mean, the best case scenario, honestly, is to. And this is the thing though. You're an NFL coach. It would be worse for you to come out and say I didn't know the rule. He can't say that.
He can't say that.
You can't say that. So the easiest thing to say, honestly, is to say that, I knew the rule and to stick by. And think about this, like, whatever he put out there on the field, even though he didn't know the rule, he felt confident about it. So you thought it was going to work, regardless if there was a rule or not. And guess what? What you went out there to put on the field, it didn't work. And I'm going to tell you this right here, like, one thing that I saw about the 49ers that they did differently on that final drive is they tried to have Brock Purdy win that final drive instead of Christian McCaffrey. And like, I thought that was, it really should have been Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuels and Ayuk winning that drive. You know what I'm saying? But they really
dialing it up.
They put a lot of responsibility on Brock Purdy to make some throws. And to be honest with you, like another thing that I see teams doing in overtime is they play like the overtime is like it's gonna be over. You know what I'm saying? Like if in an overtime like that, bro, you should have had a long methodical drive. Like honestly, what I would have did is I would have went back to my very first drive that I scored on, and I would have run those exact same types of plays because the clock, you're not playing against the clock. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to focus on is getting a touchdown. Like that's the number one priority. You have to get a touchdown, and it's like a field goal don't help you because they can get a field goal and tie the game. So it doesn't benefit you anything.
Common sense said, could Fred Warner make the wrong call at the coin toss? Well, I can't speak for Fred Warner, but we see what happened with Dak. You know what I'm saying?
Because Fred Warner
can get weird right now, though.
Fred Warner has a C on his chest, and he's gonna do what he's told. He's one of the highest paid players on their team and the leader of their team. Nah.
Like they decide on that. Like when they send you out there because your ass probably lucky.
And think about this: he's not even on offense, so for a fact they had a full conversation. And then they just told him he wasn't involved in that conversation.
That time, Dak chose the side to play on, and then decided we wanted to receive a kick.
They said Dak said he wanted the ball. They said he had to say they wanted to. It was some bullshit.
Yeah, it could get weird. You don't remember that game? It was like 2 years ago.
You gotta tell me what game. What season?
this the weirdest event ever, Wes. Like they had a discrepancy at the coin toss. You know what I'm saying?
They tried
to screw us. They really screwed us that game with the coin toss.
They made them give us the ball at the halftime.
Yeah.
New York called in, like the referees were trying to do too much. Like y'all be trying to be too precise about the verbiage used. Like you knew what the man meant. Yeah. And all it was with the refs was stupid.
Who we was playing? I can't remember. I have to look it up, but I remember that game because they tried to play like that was crazy or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they tried that stupid shit.
I might have been against the Giants or somebody.
It was a Rudy Poo ass team.
Yeah.
So hey man, welcome to the 2024 NFL season, man. Yep. Feels good. First day. First day of the season. I had me a cow. I ain't gonna lie. I had a Cowboy shirt on earlier. I took it off, put on some regular clothes. I had some stuff to do. But you, man, it's first day of the season, man. First day of the season.
Man, I'm ready now. Cause listen, I think everybody feel better now. You know, I think everybody like, damn, ain't nobody win a championship with Patrick Mahomes again. Like everybody just reset their mind.
We can live with that, I guess. Much better than the 49ers, I'll tell you that.
I mean, yeah, I can live with anybody in the AFC except for the Steelers winning.
True. Like, they already ahead of us too.
Yeah, like I can live with a random AFC, and you got to think about it. Patrick Mahomes grew up a damn Dallas Cowboys fan.
Man, the Super Bowl gonna be in New Orleans next year. That's gonna be crazy. Mardi Gras and the Super Bowl together.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about it now is like, bro, we start talking about free agents, man. Like, start talking about free agency. I ain't talking about nobody's draft. I know the Cowboys. I know the old excuse, the Cowboys don't do nothing in free agency. Well, we need to do something in free agency because if we keep doing the same thing, we're gonna keep on getting the same results.
I'm glad.
You understand? So
let
we need to talk about free agency.
So this is an excerpt from a Michael Gilkin article. And he pretty much said the all-in shit that Jerry Jones said was some bullshit and that they are still going to go cheap like they usually do. He said, ultimately, there is no indication the Cowboys have made a seismic shift in the draft first philosophy by which they've long constructed their roster. As last March showed, the mindset does allow space for veteran acquisitions such as cornerback Stephon Gilmore and wide receiver Brandon Cooks via trade. Anyone hanging on to Jerry Jones' all-in comments may consider loosening that grip. So, and you know, the thing about it, some of the things that they've been saying in the media sort of makes me believe that the Dallas Cowboys aren't going to undo shit. Because you remember what they said about the running back position, how they're going to go at a cost-efficient solution at running back, even though running back is already cheap. And then did you not see the Marcus Mosher report saying the Dallas Cowboys owed Ezekiel Elliott $6 million this year, and they can't go out there and address the running back room? That seems like some shit the front office want to put out there.
Facts. Miss Elder, what you said, Miss Elder? I can't control the show. I do want to know what you said though. I'll retype it for you, boy, if you don't mind.
Real quick, shout out to Numbhead Neil on one of y'all end with the $5 super. He said,
I say this, man. Hold
on. Let me finish reading this super. Damn, literally day one of the offseason. He got to put the sad face up. Salute to you for the $5 super.
Appreciate you, Mr. Numbhead Neil.
But go ahead and finish your train of thought, Kinfolk.
Hold on, let me see if I can get my chair up. I was gonna say, if I can get my chair up, free agency about to start in like a month, a little bit less than a month.
Yep.
The legal tampering starts in 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably like a month exactly. Like it's
like a month. It's like the 15th.
Yeah.
In 15th, legal tampering means they can start actually talking to players. They're gonna start talking to players now, but they can legally, start kind of putting fillers and things out there in about 3 weeks. I know the nation's gonna want to jump on draft because it's so exciting, but we got to make sure that we definitely don't bypass Thanksgiving trying to get to Christmas, because Thanksgiving is equally important. I'm gonna tell you this right here: if you do not, and the crazy thing about it is what I've realized too is this. If you don't take care of free agency, your draft really is not going to matter unless you just get a Dak Prescott
I said the same damn thing, bro.
We'll have to have a miracle draft. Get you another.
And it just doesn't happen, bro. It happens every 4 years. This is not that 4th year.
And it's still, listen, you want to know something crazy? You want to know something crazy? Even when you have the miracle draft, we still been one and done. So apparently the miracle draft ain't the answer.
The best the Cowboys look on paper and on TV is when they add this team and they go by veterans. Because I'm gonna tell you this right here. This team added veterans last year, they look better. This team added veterans this year, you look better. Like if you wanna continue in the success that you are, where you're looked at as one of those top teams throughout the entire season, because the Cowboys would look at a top team probably since like week 3. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to look like that type of team throughout the whole entire season, you got to build through the free agency.
Facts. Yeah. Facts. And listen, man, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, all in. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready.
No, I was just going to say, man, you know, Jerry Jones knows that them season ticket holders was all pissed. We was all pissed in that stadium because we did not expect that we were going to lose that first game. I don't give a damn what Jerry says. Or nobody says. Nobody was expecting to lose that first game.
I was making plans.
I knew it was a possibility.
I was hollering at you about plans of being in Dallas the next week.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to me. We all knew it was a possibility. Why? Because anything can happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think Jerry, for one, is selling hope, man, because that's what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He's selling hope. He knows them season ticket vouchers is about to go out. Them deposits, they about to start pulling money out of folks' account. So pay for tickets next year. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta put those things out there. So just like they left Ezekiel Elliott's pictures on the season tickets, and then they cut him after they pulled that money out. You know what I'm saying? And I know that to be a fact. You know what I'm saying? Imagine the Cowboys sending out a gang of Ezekiel Elliott. He on the picture. He on the da-da-da-da-da. They pulled his money out your account, and then 3 days later they release him. That's what the Cowboys did. Now I'm just saying, timing is the mother effort, especially when it works out when it works good out for you. You know what I'm saying? Could have been a coincidence, but you know what I'm saying, I wonder how many of them people would have been like, wait, we even gonna have Zeke next year? I wonder how many of them people would have been like, well, you know, Jerry, I mess with you, but I'm gonna just switch this card just in case.
Plenty of them. Also, shout out to Numbhead Neil. Hit somebody else with a 5-piece, so he's a real one. He said, I just want Dallas to sign quality starting free agents instead of a couple dudes named Harold Smiths and John Yokes.
On everything.
I mean, that's all we want too. Because listen, we not asking for a lot. Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Did we ask them for a $40 million a year quarterback in free agency? Did we ask them for the most expensive pass rusher? Did we ask them for the most expensive linebacker? We ain't asked for none of that shit. I asked y'all to get me a real linebacker. Like Pinocchio said, I'm a real boy. I want a real linebacker. Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. I need a running back that that they're actually a running back. I ain't gonna even take shots at Tony Pollard like that.
All I'm saying, man, I ain't even, like you said, we ain't even been,
Malik Davis is gonna be your starting running back in 2024.
Yes, put that voodoo on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm telling you right now, bro.
Gonna be little legs of anybody, but we ain't.
Malik Davis is gonna be the starting week 1. Malik Davis is gonna be starting running back for the Dallas Cowboys. Mark my word.
Don't do this shit to me.
We ain't even asking for much though. We just I just said if they do the positions I want in free agency, I'ma feel better. Like real talk, I don't even gotta have the actual names that I named.
Yeah, like, but what if they sign you to play middle linebacker though, landlord? What if they sign you though?
Hey, I can do a lot of
stuff. What if they because you're not even you just want the position. I'm just saying. What if they sign you though? Because that's what they do. They sign a bunch of me, yous, and hennies. That's what they sign.
Hey, I have 100+ tackles. I get it done.
Okay. Say Keanu O'Neal.
I go straight to the gym, man. Don't play with me now. I get it done, but not me. Any other average Joe, then maybe I think I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is real talk. If they
Landlord gonna have one tackle and a torn leg, bro. He gonna hurt himself with the first tackle.
I'm gonna give me a shoestring now. Y'all going on with that. Y'all don't know who I am.
Rotator cuff injury.
He gonna look the part with the locks out the back of the helmet though. And Landlord gonna look the part. He gonna be spatted up. He gonna have a tape on his hand. He gonna have gloves. He gonna look the part.
Landlord gonna walk out of a boom box and get half a tackle.
He gonna look the Bart though. As soon as they say hype,
Oh,
gonna be
shit.
all.
Hey,
He said the ACL go tear after
look,
2 plays.
look, I'm old too. I'm gonna get one tackle and then I'm probably out for the year. But hey, it is what it is. We gonna ball out.
Hey.
Hell nah, they trying to give you the green dot, man. Chill.
Hey, I knew old buddy tore his ACL, bro. As soon as he hopped on it the second time, I was like, ooh,
You know what I said?
And
when
I'm
I
gonna tell
saw
you this
that?
right here.
This
Listen to me.
Arkansas shit.
West Coast has been preaching this and nobody been listening. NFL, I know you mad that you showed that to the world, but I'm gonna tell you how you can fix it. Stop showing the damn sidelines. I've been saying it for 3 years now. Listen, that's what happens. If they listen to me, they didn't listen. I know the NFL hated to see that boy Kelsey boy cussing out his coach. Oh, they don't want to see that. Oh, but when I gotta make a video to that. I need a video of Dez cussing out his coach, and then I need a video of Kelsey cussing out his coach and say, shoot, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it.
Look.
Because listen to me. Listen. Even I was making my pops was, man, that is just absolutely ridiculous. We have children watching. He should not be doing that. And I'm up here defending him, saying, man, it's the sidelines, Pop. They don't even be having the sidelines. That's football. That it is. Man, I know the NFL didn't like that. I know they didn't like that. Not when everybody's watching. Not Taylor Swift's boyfriend. They didn't like that. So you know what you can do? Take the damn camera off the sideline, chief.
The only
That's
thing
what you do.
I agree. Like far as like,
but they want it, bro. They're looking for that stuff.
As far as a football purist type standpoint, you absolutely right. But that's like the best face shots they gonna get from them. Like they ain't gonna get no, you know what I'm saying? They have,
that raw emotion. They're not gonna let it go. That raw emotion.
Man. But what I'm saying is, look what he said.
He said, landlord, a country boy. He gonna show up to training camp barefooted with a straw hat and a honey bun.
And I'm gonna go all pro on y'all. But look, them the best.
Long snapper.
They have helmets on, bro. So you're not gonna see their face. You know what I'm saying? So when they look at the sideline, that's the best they got. So
they like making superstars.
Yeah, like this, like basketball. Like that's why they not as bigger stars as basketball, because they, you see their face all game. It's not
well, the NFL. Listen to me. The NFL was wrapping it up and telling, it's just the passion and the aggression of the game. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm not trying to bring up race. I just need y'all to just see it from our side of the table for 30 seconds. That's it. I'm only going to take 30 seconds. I promise. I only got a little.
It's Black History Month. Take as long as you want, brother.
Damn it, I got at least 28 seconds. Right? Listen, all I'm saying is just see it from our side of the table. Because we know if CeeDee Lamb is doing that to Mike McCarthy, that's a whole different look. He's a destruction to the team. He's bringing them down, bro. I'm telling y'all, y'all saw it firsthand. That's all I'm saying. As long as you're able to see that there's a difference, you're fine by me. Go ahead and go.
If that exactly the same exact thing that happened in KC would have happened in Dallas. Now, I ain't talking about how CD and Dak was bickering back and forth. I'm talking about what if CD or somebody would have pushed Mike McCarthy or Dak. That would have been that would have been everywhere. That would have broke the internet.
Man, listen, Patrick Mahomes was the one that missed the throw to Rashee Rice, and then he went and cussed his ass out on the sideline for telling the coach that he missed him. Imagine
I'm gonna tell you one thing I did notice. I'm gonna tell you one thing I do notice about the Kansas City Chiefs. They do a lot of self-policing.
They do.
And if you don't, self-policing means that we are gonna keep each other in check.
I love it though.
And if you listen to me, that's a brotherhood. That's a real brother. That's what we do.
I was about to say it ain't good for cameras, but it's good for football.
It's good for
and that's what football is really supposed to be about. That's why coaches don't go in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a certain place where, you know what I'm saying, that's y'all's.
But listen though, Wes, we don't separate that well. Not in Dallas. We try to blend all that shit. It's like it ain't no privacy enough for the team. Like they just got cameras everywhere. Like we need to get back to the making football be first, man. We really do. And I can't say that I think it's like, the way it should be.
It
You
is.
can't mix social media and buzz with football like that, man. You
All
gotta.
right,
Well, you
next
can, but
subject.
football gotta be first. That's all.
Hey, next subject up.
All right, F it. You A.
Listen to me. I'm real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Did anybody see that post game rant by Rex Ryan talking about where he wants to be and all this other stuff? Anybody? Was I the only person that saw that?
I think he's seen it. I ain't seen it.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Rex Ryan in that rant only proves he's exactly what I said. If Rex Ryan go to any team as a defensive coordinator, it's gonna be toxic than a mug. Why? Because he's gonna want to be the loudest voice on the field, and that is not how it works. Rex Ryan, you are a head coach. Stop trying to pretend, bro. You're gonna get yourself fired if you go try to be a defensive coordinator. Why? Because your head coach is gonna absolutely hate you. So I'm gonna just tell you this right now, Brad. Like that's just being real. I'm happy with the Mike Zimmer. I'm happy with the Zimmer pick. The reason why I'm happy with it now, I'm gonna tell you why, is because if you look out of all the stuff, he's the only one that just looked like he want to work. You know what I mean? Rex on TV, Zimmer ain't on nobody TV. Zimmer ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even know the dude was. I ain't even know. Like, listen to me. Keep it real. If Zimmer didn't take this job, he was gonna take that job with Colorado with Deion.
I was gonna say the reason I like Mike Zimmer, he's the one that least removed from the game, because even though he just left the NFL in 2021, he was
coaching last year though.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, my bad.
You good? Like he just left the NFL in 2021. He was an analyst for Colorado in 2022. No, Jackson State. I'm sorry. He was an analyst for Jackson State in 2022, and then he was down there in Grambling holding a coaching summit earlier this year. So he has not been away from the game. And I think he might know the game at an even more personal level, going back down to college, where they try a little bit different stuff. You know, they try some new concepts and some new schemes, personnel packages and shit like that. So I think just because of that, and that he already got skins on the wall, you know, he has coached a ton of great defensive players. Deion Sanders, Harrison Smith, Xavier Rose, like all these good. He's a secondary coach.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this too.
Your boy, Roy Williams.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Somebody need to find out what he think about J-Ron Curse, because he coached J-Ron Curse, if I'm not mistaken, in Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
J-Ron, I seen the video where J-Ron was like, "Yeah, I already got hollered at." So I don't know.
He said,
he was like, he looked like he was like a young player. He was like, "Yeah, he already done hollered at me." So
he was talking about Zimmer.
Yeah.
So yeah, and J-Ron Curse is a free agent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious.
Probably sending that along too. He probably like, "Hey y'all, Zim gonna be like this. Zim gonna be like that." He probably already lacing them up too.
Yeah, because he played for Zimmer. So I mean, I think that's we'll know right out. We'll know right out the gate with him, his direction, because of that. You know what I'm saying? If he gets re-signed, or if the Cowboys allow him to go out there and get some money. To be honest with you, what he does in the NFL, and this is no shade on J-Ron Curse, I think he's gonna get his best deal in Dallas, and he's gonna get his best playing deal in Dallas, like playing opportunity.
I was gonna flip that. I was gonna say Kansas City. I'm not saying Kansas City. I was gonna say the Commanders. Because the one person that used him as a starter in the NFL is Dan Quinn. So you don't think Dan Quinn want to bring that big nickel over there?
Good luck. We run the ball on him.
I mean, I run the shit out of him, but I don't know. I don't really know though, because I say that, and then they went and they hired a real linebacker coach.
Yeah, they did.
You saw that?
Ken Norton Jr. was a good hire.
Well, this is what I say.
Go ahead.
I think that's a really good point that you made, Henny, about Washington. And I still think that both of our points are valid. We're going to know very quickly. We'll know very quickly what's going to happen with J-Ron Curse.
I sure wish we would have hired Ken.
I don't think J-Ron played like trash this year. I think they over J-Ron. You know what I'm saying? I think you just got, like, listen to me, bro. Like, if you ever drove an electric car, when it hits zero, bro. That's just what it is. It ain't a gas car. You ain't coasting. The car is going to roll for 14 more miles, and then it's going to stop. And I think J-Ron, a lot these players are like, they are, they don't have gas players. They can't coast on fumes no more. You know what I'm saying? You have these players who are like electric players. And at the end of the day, you had a guy who was listen to me, anybody who is taking on an excessive amount of contact, that is going to, toward the end of the season, have a toll on you. That's why guys like Jaron Kearse, guys like Marquise Bell, these guys looked ridiculous at the beginning of the season. They looked ridiculous. But guess what? As the season went on, and them body shots start binging and bowing. I told y'all, man, them dudes looked like they lost their keys. They was pitching in their body. You know what I'm saying? Every single time. Listen to me. Donovan Wilson, same position, couldn't stay on his feet. The way our defense is built, anything behind your linebacking core is really gonna be they're gonna be dinged up. They're gonna feel it come week 17, come week 18, playoffs 19. Why? Because you can tackle, you can do all that gun ho shit, tackling running backs and stuff week 1 and 2, 3s and 4s. But man, that mess wears on you. Like it wears on you. And this ain't Madden where it's like every game the fatigue starts over. No, bruh, if your shoulder hurt from last game because you was tackling Saquon Barkley, guess what? This week, when you got to tackle freaking whoever, he brought better than us. I don't think there was one game we played this year where the Dallas Cowboys had the better running backs.
No, I'll just say this, man. Agree. Y'all know I rock with Mike McCarthy, but if we keep Scott McCurley, I'm 1,000% blaming Mike McCarthy for that.
I mean, that's his guy.
This man been hidden under all kind of nooks and crannies out there. You can't even find him, and he ain't even did an interview all year. I can't find a Scott McCurley interview.
Hey,
Maybe he got one. I don't know, but
listen,
Mike McCarthy is hiding this dude, bro.
If they let Jaron Kearse walk in favor of Wanye Thomas playing more, I could live with that.
I mean, that'd be fine. But I want to flip it. I want to flip it because I don't know if there's going to be a Jaron Kearse role in Dallas
In Dallas, exactly.
And this is the thing. I'm mad about this shit. Because why the hell Dan Quinn want a real linebacker coach now and he done left? Why you didn't have a real linebacker coach in Dallas, man? How you gonna go get the
man? What is he talking about? The same reason why you don't date the same type of women you used to date because man, you live and you learn. Hell, you mean?
I just told y'all that man sabotaged those. Y'all gonna learn.
Hey, I'm gonna say this one thing though. If you are putting the Scott McCurley hire on Mike McCarthy, then that might. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm
putting
on
like
the fact that if he keep him.
Y'all got to remember too. Y'all got to remember, Dan Quinn is now a head coach, so his area of responsibility is greater now. So now he actually needs even smarter people under him because he's not going to be hands-on with the defense because he has to be hands-on with the entire team.
Danny Savage, you better not do that, sir.
That's where I believe. But I also like the fact that Zimmer's been in the college ranks because that means he will be able. There's going to be kids that go undrafted. There's going to be kids that he has probably seen in the college that he might be like, hey, I can woo wop 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 wham if I can get this kid in my program. You know what I'm saying? Just like Dan Quinn had every freaking safety that he ever knew come to Dallas and try to play linebacker. Maybe Zimmer has some guys that he's seen in the college ranks that he might be able to skedaddle and swing in here. I also like the fact with Zimmer ain't much going, listen to me. As much as we are upset, ain't much really needs to change about the Dallas Cowboys. We just need to add. Like, we really need to leave everything exactly the way it is. We just need to add a middle linebacker. You know what I mean? Like, if you just add a middle linebacker to this defense, you probably beat the team that you lost to in the playoffs.
Now, that's the reason why I wasn't opposed to Zimmer getting a job, because I feel like he'll have the least amount of change. You know what I'm saying? Because Rex will change it to the 3-4, and he'll have them boys doing a lot of complex
stuff.
Bro,
Rex and Mike McCarthy was going to get in a fight on the sideline for sure.
He said, fuck the scheme.
They finna go to blows. But I'm just saying, like, I think Zimmer was the better. Look, this is what I say. I think Zimmer was the safer choice. I say that. Rex was the wilder, like the swing for the fences type choice, because it could have been historically great or historically bad. I think it could have been either one of those, like, honestly.
And I'm going to tell you this right here. Rex is also going to be beating Jerry Jones to the podium, and Jerry ain't trying to really hear that, man. I think Rex Ryan was honestly just like a throw in there to make other people to make the job more enticing. I don't really think the Cowboys were serious about a guy who hadn't coached in 9 years and hadn't been a defensive coordinator in 16. There's no way the
When
Cowboys
you
were
said
interested.
that, man, I couldn't help but see that vision in
Just
my
like
head.
I told you, that was go ahead.
Look, I couldn't help but see that vision in my head of Rex Ryan and Jerry trying to make it to the podium. Man.
Bruh,
they
you already
nudging
know
each other
after.
like, hold on, wait a minute.
Hey,
Think about this.
Rex a big dude. He gonna be wilding up there.
Listen to me. The Cowboys go to 49ers. San Francisco beat the Niners, hold the Niners to 10 points. Cowboys win 27-10. Who do you think is getting to the podium first?
Shit, Rex,
Man.
Buddy Jr.
Rex gonna put that forearm on Jerry also.
But I was finna say that's in the
Jerry's
family.
gonna be like, Rex. Let me tell you this, Rex. Don't touch my mic, okay? Don't touch my mic.
You gotta remember. You gotta remember. Buddy Ryan fell out with the head coach of the Bears because his defense was the star of the show. You remember that dynamic? it's in his family.
Facts.
It's in his family type of shit we're talking about right there.
Like, bruh.
Tank
Cowboy. Yeah, Rex was only interested because the Cowboy. He called the Cowboys. That's a good point.
He said a stage too. He said, I want that stage. The only reason I ain't get mad at it is because I think if somebody ready for the stage, they should be ready for the stage. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna want the stage if you know you ain't about that. So, hey, we would have seen what happened, but he actually said he want that stage.
Man, so
All right, go ahead and read that.
I'm finna go ahead and read this one for y'all good people, man. This is a quote from Mike Zimmer.
Jordan, can you pour me some juice, please?
He said,
Shout out
honestly,
to Bobby Budget with the $2 cash out. We appreciate you.
Salute to Bobby Budget, man. And this is Zimmer. He said, honestly, I want to fit our scheme to the players to the best of their abilities. Like I said before, it really does not matter if it is 3-4 or 4-3. And as far as my philosophy, I want to stop the run and I want to hit the quarterback. However that is, if we got the blitz, I think we have a great blitz package. But I want to be fundamentally sound in what we do. There are teams that can go out there who can go out and make a lot of big plays, but they are not fundamentally sound. Then when the game gets on the line, they do not perform in the crucial situations of the game. And that sounds like the damn Dallas Cowboys defense, because that's all the hell they did when they splash plays. I don't think they did a bunch of fundamentally sound stuff.
I told you, if you look at his defenses usually be like in the single digits of points allowed and what else they was at points allowed.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you about something else too about Zimmer's defense is they never really had like a number, like a defense. He never had no player like Micah Parsons.
Yeah, points allowed, yards allowed. They be on.
I think his best. I think like the
the
best player that he had on that defense was probably like Anthony Barr when he had that ridiculous season.
I would say,
but Anthony Barr,
Danielle Hunter.
Danielle Hunter was the best player he probably coached.
Yeah, because I think
Micah Parsons is a better player than Danielle Hunter.
Let me see what Danielle Hunter track record is.
I know he had Terrence Newman. Not Terrence Newman. Who was that old corner he had?
Xavier Rose. He had Terrence Newman too, though.
I knew it was Terrence Newman.
Hey, what were you saying, landlord?
Now I was just saying they do pretty well against yards allowed and points allowed. Them very important. Points allowed. Cause that's what KC was balling in. Like, bro, ain't nobody score a lot of points on KC. Nobody. The whole year. So that's what I want. I'm jealous. Like, don't let them score no points, bro. I don't care about all that other stuff. Cause look, the reason I say that, and it sounds crazy, I'm not disrespecting turnovers. I'm not disrespecting turnovers, but you can't live off of them though. You just can't live off turnovers. Cause when they ain't coming, you screwed. So I'd rather take something that I can hang my hat on. Like, give me something like, we can stop the run. You ain't gotta hope you can stop the run if you a good run stopping team. You ain't gotta hope you can get a 3 and out if you a good 3 and out type of team. So we be over here praying for turnovers. Now think about it. Be honest. The season is over. While Green Bay was driving on us, what we was doing? I'm up there like, please get us a turn. I'm like, Lord, please let us get a turnover. Lord, please. Because look, they kept driving. We couldn't stop them. That was our only hope, was a turnover. And we never got it. So the whole game, you found yourself like, Lord, please let us get a turnover. And they never came. And they never do come in the playoffs like that. So now you got to realize you can't live off of turnovers, bro. You just can't. They wonderful. Everybody wants them. You can ask the Chiefs want turnovers. Any good defense want the turnovers, but you just can't live off of it, though. It's not sustainable, bro. You just can't.
Right.
Good teams and good offenses are not just going to be turning the ball over like that.
Especially not in no damn postseason when they running the ball more. Unless you're gonna force a fumble, then that's a different story. But shit, you can't rely on that.
You can't rely on that either. Like you just can't rely on turnovers, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
you got
living off of.
That's all they did.
Typically, if you're in the playoffs and you have the ball in your hand, you're either Pro Bowler, All Pro, or a really good player. Those type of players typically don't put the ball in their hand. You know what I'm saying? Especially 17 weeks into the season. The thing about this, everybody on the Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas CeeDee Lamb, he's an All-Pro. Dak Prescott, All-Pro. Tony Pollard, he's a good player. You know what I'm saying? But you're not giving the ball to Dubu Slew, who has 9 fumbles this year. That's not how it works in the playoffs. If you have a player that has 5-6 fumbles, you're probably not in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I will say though, like we said, this is the best thing about us though. We do have we got players that's ball guys on our team. We got players that can get the interceptions. I vouch for them alone outside of a scheme. I feel like I've seen Bland go get the ball. I've seen Trayvon Diggs go get the ball. So we got people who are capable of getting interceptions. Now we'll have to work out the fumbles, and then I think everything else will play out. So I kind of like how he disguised his scheme anyway. He might be able to confuse some people on the back end because he do a lot of stuff, a lot of disguising, post and pre-snap and stuff. So I really feel like
more offense.
I'll definitely drink the Dan Quinn being an op though. Listen to me.
I said he
Dan Quinn. Let me tell
you. One second. I'll finish this train of thought with Landlord because he was talking about the defense confusing people. Who is the main person that runs option routes in this division now?
Option routes, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore. And what do you have to know in order to run option routes? You got to understand the wide receiver. Got to understand what the damn defense is in. He does a lot of disguise. You don't know who the hell coming or falling back into coverage in Zimmer's defense. So I guarantee you, Jalen Hurts gonna throw some picks playing us.
Hey, shout out to my boy Goose. Goose, listen to me, Goose. You just spurred a ridiculous thought in my head. Boom, bow. I'm gonna give you credit for it, Goose. My boy Goose said, who scored the touchdown for KC cast off from the Jets? Listen to me, Goose. I was already thinking that when I was watching the game. Did you guys notice how many, forget the word cast off, but how many players that were not drafted from that team, from that original team, that made plays in that game? They were either added by trade, free agency, or trade or free agency. There was a lot of players that were making those key plays. And once again, if you think about it, the Kansas City Chiefs, just like last year, they lost their receivers. What do? They go to the draft. They draft one. They went and got Juju Smith-Schuster. This is team building. Team building is what is actually creating these teams. Just like San Francisco 49ers. Trent Williams didn't get drafted by the 49ers. He came by where? He got traded or free agency?
Free agency, if I'm not mistaken.
Free agency. Now they drafted Purdy.
Williams.
Yeah.
Trent Williams. Trent Williams.
Then he started with the Washington Commanders.
He started
in that division.
How they let them boys go? Like,
they dumb. They traded him or he free agency?
I can't remember.
You never let an offensive lineman like that get away, bro.
And it's crazy. Think about this. Trent Williams been so good in San Francisco, you low-key forget he was drafted by the Washington Commanders. Think about all the bad quarterbacks that they've had that could have had Trent Williams blocking for him.
True.
Yeah, I mean they did draft Hardman, but Hardman got released by the Jets and they signed him back. I think the point that Wes was making was that they still were adding players after the trade deadline. They were still building their team up.
That's what the 49ers
bringing Hardman back was team building.
Yeah, that's the point he was making. Just team.
The 49ers did the same thing. Like even though they
didn't win, traded him for a 3rd round pick. Oh my God, that has to be one of the worst trades in history.
Stealing. And it's a very rare sighting to see a good offensive line that's available. A good offensive lineman like that don't even happen. That's rare.
Oh, that's why he had cancer.
Yeah, he had got hurt. I mean, yeah, he had an illness. Yeah.
Yeah, he had cancer.
So
And
Washington
they traded
gave up on the young man.
Yeah.
That's terrible. They deserve everything they got. Then they probably ain't did nothing since then. But yeah, man. But I was about to say something else about Zimmer real quick though.
Go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie. The way they mudded the A gap with them 2 linebackers, man. If Mike could get in that groove like that, and you know how they alternate sometimes. Sometimes he drop back, sometimes he come rushing, and then sometimes he's sending DBs out the slot and stuff. Like I love that type of variation. But look though, this might be something to keep an eye on. Michael Parsons might mess around to get his first career interceptions on it in this defense. But my words, Michael Parsons might end up getting at least about 2 interceptions next year. Cause it's gonna be a couple of times where you think he finna rush through the A gap and then he back up and trick somebody. Now
I mean, he could have gotten like 2, if I'm not mistaken, this year already.
I don't know how great his hands gonna be, but I think I like it better. That's if he predominantly on the rushing off the ball. If he off the ball a lot, I believe he might be able to get him a couple of interceptions.
Turn it off. Go get it.
He said he was gonna get 2 on last year, but we ain't even tripping.
Anytime you're done.
We let him rock out.
He also said he gonna get 20 sacks, but I'm gonna let Cuz make it.
We'll leave him alone. He did good though. He done good.
I mean, if he would have got 20 sacks, he definitely would have won Defensive Player of the Year because that's the only thing they judged it on this year.
And that's
so
stupid.
weak too. That's so
Ron
weak.
Bland should have won Defensive Player of the Year, bro.
Yeah,
he should have.
Interception.
Like you gave it to a dude. You gave it to a dude who did something that everybody does every single year, bruh.
Interception way harder than sacks to me.
Yeah,
they're way harder.
Touchdowns. He had touchdowns with his piece.
Yeah, he had touchdowns with the interceptions. He should have been like real close to winning it with the interceptions alone.
That man finished like 5th.
That man had more touchdowns than some receivers.
How many touchdowns did he end the season with?
5.
Oh my God, bro. That's ridiculous, bro.
As a
and
corner.
You don't win it and Miles Garrett win it. That's ridiculous, bro.
We really need to.
What was Miles Garrett's stats? What was his stat line? What was the thing that made they say that he was the reason? Like I don't.
He had more sacks than Michael Parsons. That's all it is. What he had about.
Did he even lead the league in sacks this year?
He probably did. Probably had about like 22
did.
or something.
Let me see.
That's weak, bro. Like you ain't lying. Like we really.
Hold
on.
on. He only had 14 sacks.
Bro, how in the hell Ron Bland ain't winning, bro?
They probably gonna say some shit like run defense and some other shit.
Bro, my life, that's bull.
That's trash, bro. That is trash, bro. That is trash, bro.
Yeah, TJ Watt led the league in sacks.
How many he had?
TJ Watt probably had down there 20.
On my life, that's weak. Bro.
How does it do? So that's what I'm saying. What was that? How many tackles for loss did he have? What was the thing that put him over the top? Because listen, DeMarcus Lawrence had 14 sacks.
Ain't no way.
DeMarcus Lawrence had 14 sacks in the season once. Peter said, "Yeah, he did." Huh?
He did.
Ain't no way Ron Bland ain't part. We got robbed. That man got robbed, bro. No lie. And then look, we so used to being treated unfairly, we ain't even make no noise in Dallas.
Right.
We should have mobbed about that, bro. On my life, that's wrong, bro. Ain't no way that man supposed to did that, bro.
Hey,
I could have lived with it if TJ Watt got it, because his numbers say Defensive Player of the Year. I can't look at
that man had about 20-some sacks, man.
Yeah, I can't look at Myles Garrett's
landlord said we so used to getting robbed.
We so used to getting did dirty. We ain't even ride for Ron Bland.
Nope.
Man.
And think about this. Listen to me. I made a video, and in my video, I said this. I said they gave Myles Garrett the Defensive Player of the Year for something someone does every single year. Ron Bland, in 100 years, this is actually more than 100 years. This is now 103 years because they had the 100-year jerseys 3 years ago. In 103 years, he did something that not even Deion Sanders has ever done.
He did something nobody has ever
Nobody, bruh.
You can't name a person did what Ron Bland
Nobody has ever. And not only did he break them, and think about this. Think about this. And think about this. And if you go look at the record book, technically, you know who's second place? He is. That was thinking like in second, third, fourth. Then you got somebody else.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like that's disturbing.
It's robbery, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like that's ridiculous. I just
and I'm
I ain't even look at
players,
it. Look, we just already automatically knew we weren't gonna get it because we Cowboys. Like, we knew the Cowboys players weren't gonna get it. So I ain't even want to look at the stats like that. So, bro, I knew for a fact I probably would have lost all my money and bet if somebody would have asked me how many sacks he had. I would have said at least 20.
Man,
I'd be like, he got at least 20 sacks easy. Ain't no way.
Dallas Cowboys, listen, we gave up on Dak Prescott winning MVP, and Lamar Jackson became the first quarterback to win MVP without being top 10 in passing yards or passing touchdowns in league history. First league MVP as a quarterback to not finish in the top 10 of any passing any major passing category. But hey, you know, he looked real good beating the.
Hey, go look at how many interceptions Deion Sanders had. People did throw at Deion Sanders. You don't get interceptions if people don't throw at you. They did throw at him. Man, they did throw at him.
Look, bro, I'm disappointed in us too right now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all should have told me. I ain't know. Well, I would have did a campaign or something. Ain't no way in the world that man ain't supposed to win Defensive Player of the Year, bro. I'm stuck on that.
I mean, the last cornerback that won Defensive Player of the Year was Stephon Gilmore, and he killed his numbers.
Now look, this what it is too, though. Think about this now. This the only rebuttal they'll have. They'll try to make the fact that Duran had a rough night at Seattle. He had a rough night. He got did bad, did dirty that game. But think about this, though. How would you be able to judge a defensive end with a bad game? I don't like this, bro. This is unfair. A defensive end, I bet money he had games that he didn't get a sack.
Yeah, of course.
So how would you judge a defensive end for not having a good game?
I mean,
cornerback is on the island, bro. Cornerback, you gonna get caught on, bro.
I mean, and compared to what we were talking about with the MVP, Lamar Jackson had like 6 games without a passing touchdown. Like the Dallas Cowboys, Lamar Jackson had 6 games without a passing touchdown. That's how I tell you the Dallas Cowboys players are held to a crazy ass standard.
I don't look at the stats for a reason, bro. The Lord been shielding me, and y'all want y'all want me to go to jail. That's what it is. Like, bro, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. I shouldn't have knew that.
The Lord said, "Look away, my son."
Yeah, he trying to protect this child on this one, bro. Because ain't no way in the world like 6 games with no touchdown pass.
Yep.
With no touchdown passes.
And look at their record.
I mean, dog.
And how the hell is he the MVP?
Because
they didn't even need you.
Yeah, they had to give it to somebody not named Dak Prescott.
Well, he probably got rushing touchdowns them games, though.
5. He got 5 rushing touchdowns on the entire season, so I can't even guarantee you that he did that.
Lamar had a better season his first MVP season.
Well, this is what I want y'all to know.
Lamar didn't think he was winning the MVP.
Don't give me the rushing stats either, because Dak had half of his rushing stats.
I mean, Dak Prescott, even if
half of them.
Even if you combine total yardage, Dak Prescott still beats him in total yardage, total touchdowns, completion percentage, passer rating, on target throw percentage, turnovers. He had less turnovers. Like, Dak Prescott did everything better than Lamar Jackson this year.
Then Lamar Jackson had like 500 or some rushing yards, and I think Dak had like 250. I think Lamar had like 5 touchdowns, and Dak had 2 or 3. Like, he did half of what you would think that Lamar blow him out with. Dak did half of that on the ground and blew him out in the air.
And you know damn well Dak Prescott ass ain't trying to run.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. Like, man, listen here, man.
Danny, you got to remember, Deion Sanders was not Deion Sanders the last 4 years of his 11 years of playing in the league, because he was like 30. Deion Sanders.
We do gotta admit that, you know, this team, we was all disappointed in this team, man. But like I said, I still believe in giving players what they deserve, bro, what they earn. Like, we can say that they didn't earn nothing in the playoffs, they got nothing. But in the regular season, them boys earned that, and they got robbed of it. Real talk.
Mm-hmm. They did.
But I'm gonna tell you something else. Another angle that I also mentioned in my video was this. You know, when it comes to the quarterback, there was no way the NFL wanted a Dak Prescott, a guy who's about to go into contract negotiation, Brock Purdy, a guy who's on his first contract, who's about to be eligible after this year to get paid, to get an MVP. Like, you don't, I mean, like, some people try to say, oh my God, it doesn't. Yes, it does matter. Yes, it does matter. It do matter. You know what I'm saying? And I think some of that did have to play in, and I think some of that did play into it. Because I mean, man, if Dak walks away with an MVP, bruh, that quarterback market just went through the roof.
Man, Lamar was winning them games, but that when we just told you this
Lamar,
man had
Lamar was
6
in the
games
game. He was the quarterback
he just
of
had
the game.
6 games that he didn't throw a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, though, man. Like, your team is overall winning games.
How many did Dak have? Just to have context.
Oh, for
Probably
the
about
games,
3. I think
one.
about 3.
That he didn't throw a touchdown 2.
Oh, okay.
So Lamar had 6 out of
Buffalo
17.
And what else?
And the first New York Giants game.
Yeah, and the cool thing about the New York Giants game is you still won 42-0.
Yeah, and this
What
thing,
is it about that?
both those games, the weather was bad. You weren't even trying to throw the ball like that.
Week 1, you were going to be throwing the ball anyway. It was pouring down raining.
Yeah, so that's the thing. The 2 games Dak didn't throw a touchdown in, the weather was awful. So he threw a touchdown in 15 of 17 games. Dak Prescott had a passing touchdown.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here: the biggest thing I totally agree with you on this, landlord. The biggest crime in all of this is that Jerry Jones and the nation and all these folks are not in uproar over this. Like, bro, like it is such a glaring, like, bro, what?
Bro, DeRon Bland should have won the Defensive Player of the Year with no touchdowns.
With no touchdowns.
Probably, and he had 5 of them things.
And he had 5, bro. Think about this. How many players on the Cleveland Browns have 5 touchdowns?
Nobody.
Amara might have did.
Yeah, the wide receivers maybe.
Oh, tell me.
Let me see. Let me go.
I gotta look at this because I know I bet money it's a few good receivers he got more touchdowns than.
Let's take
guaranteed.
Let me go to the Cleveland Browns.
Brock Purdy don't suck. Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. San Francisco got him one. I ain't gonna lie. I salute where it's at. He's a good quarterback.
Let me see.
So guess what? Brock Purdy is just proof that people are, the system is flawed. Why? Because it's all created by humans. You know what I'm saying? Just like Dak fell in the 4th round. You know what I'm saying? Just like you get people who get drafted in the 1st round that bust, and y'all be like, oh, okay. But then you get a guy who in the 7th round who ends up being good. It's literally the same thing. Like it's literally the same thing.
DeRon Bland had just as many touchdowns as Amari Cooper. He had just as many touchdowns as Jerome Ford, the running back. He had more touchdowns than David Bell, more touchdowns than Elijah Moore, more touchdowns than Harrison Bryant. Yeah, more receiving touchdowns than Cedric Tillman.
Bro, you need to make a tweet video about that, bro. That's gonna go.
That's bull, bro.
That's crap, bro.
That shows you that the NFL is full of it, bro.
That's what I said. The NFL ain't rigged, but them awards is.
Damn sure is. Shout out to Take the Great, man.
I might need one, bro, because y'all just don't know. I be getting mad for real. Like, I probably be getting red and everything. Like, I be getting pissed off at some of this stuff, bro. I have to watch myself. So, hey, I might need me a blood pressure pill.
Somebody said Brock Purdy's good, but he's a game manager.
I'm from South Florida. We support Lamar Jackson, but Dak Prescott should have won MVP. And that's real, because you showed love and respect for another good player, and you show love and respect for Dak Prescott. There's nothing wrong with that, brother.
Appreciate you, Mr. J the Great, man. But for real, like, bro, let's talk about something else. I swear, y'all, I'm pissed now. Because I just knew it was a legitimate reason why they won over us. I said that it was just because we was the Cowboys almost, but I ain't want to look too into it. You know what I'm saying? It was a foregone conclusion that we wasn't going to win.
Theoretically, the Cowboys should have swept. They should have swept, bro. Because think about this. Dak should have won MVP. CeeDee Lamb should have won offensive player. Well, Christian McCaffrey wins that. But offensive player and MVP and defensive player, Cowboys should have won both those.
Mm-hmm.
If we really just judging off the year and not the jersey and not the player.
Yeah,
and we judging off the statistical years, it should have been a blowout.
And hey, for the people saying the teams that they played matter, y'all can't tell me the good teams that Matt Ryan beat when he won his Super Bowl. I mean, when he won his MVP. When Peyton Manning won an MVP and his team didn't win their division, you can't tell me that they were performing well. You see what I'm saying? When they gave the MVP to AD when they gave to Peterson. His team barely snuck into the playoffs. So they got different criteria for how they award these MVPs. Like
and nobody knows. Nobody knows.
That shit that they say for us, they made that shit out the fly when they try to rationalize it. Well, they didn't play this team well, they lost to this team. Like, this is an individual award for your performance. Like, even if you have a last place schedule, you have the opportunity to win MVP. If you got a first place schedule, you got the opportunity to win MVP. They don't exclude you from that because of the teams you play. They never have. Like, there been plenty of times that Aaron Rodgers done beat the shit out of the Bears twice a year, beat the shit out of the Vikings twice a year when they been bad, done beat the shit out the Lions. The Lions just now got good.
Mm-hmm.
So he done ran his numbers up on 6 sorry ass teams, then played some more Rudy Poos in the AFC, and he's still stacking up MVPs. So that's the thing I'm saying. Like, nobody cares about the players or the teams that you play against until it's time to get an award to the Dallas Cowboys.
Man, time out. Look at this, because I'm sick. Like, y'all got to really think about this critically, right? It's not really as many winning teams in the NFL as you think there is.
There's not.
And then you only play the teams that's on your schedule. So how many when they want Dallas to play all winning teams? Look at this. It's 13 losing teams. Like, hold on.
But think about this though.
Hold on. It's 13 losing teams, and then it's, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams with like one above 500, and 13 losing teams. So how many teams is that all together? And then you got to think about the ones that you play and the ones that's in your division. Like, bro, you don't play as many winning teams as you really think you do, bro. Like, they just say that crap when they talk about the Cowboys, man.
And you also got to remember that the season, your schedule is made off the opponents from the year. You know what I'm saying? We're thinking about opponents the year before. So the Jets were supposed to be a good team. But guess what? Nobody knew that Aaron Rodgers was going to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives us credit for beating the Jets. Why? Because Aaron Rodgers didn't play. You know what I'm saying? But that could have been a different game if Aaron Rodgers played. I definitely believe it could have been.
And the 9 and 8 make the playoffs in some divisions. You know what I'm saying? If you was in our division,
and that's not
true. Not in the NFC East, you don't make the playoffs.
And
remember, the Seattle Seahawks missed the playoffs at 9-8 this year. They were one of the teams that we beat with a winning record, and they ain't make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So, like, 9-8 don't guarantee you to get in at all.
You bad over
9-8 is only going to get you in if you're a division winner. That's it.
Then last year you would have been 500
because you're not going to be.
Last year when they added the last game win year before last,
year before last.
Well, recently you would have just been 8-8. You wouldn't even been over 500 team.
Yeah, so and think about it like this: the Dallas Cowboys had a great record against teams with winning records in 2022, and all people talked about was that.
Hey, D.A. Lee got a fire comment. That's true.
He said the strength of schedule argument changes for us mid-season. The team is all world till we beat them. Facts. Then all of a sudden they're trash.
Facts, bro.
Absolutely.
Which is
1,000%.
And I'm gonna tell you something else that I'm gonna tell y'all something too that people don't realize too. Whenever teams play the Dallas Cowboys, we play them on the biggest scale, primetime TV, everybody watch, right? So like I always tell people, like, a lot of times the Cowboys will lose to teams, but then in losing to this team, we will actually show the world how to beat them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's, any team, was there some film out on the 49ers? Hell yeah, there was some film on the 49ers, you know what I'm saying, to beat them. And I think the Chiefs did a really good job of doing that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot, but one thing I'll say about that 49er game, bruh, is listen to me this. If you don't understand how important a middle linebacker is, when it was time, listen to me, you're gonna when in a coin flip where you want the ball, you're going to send out their head coach. You're going to send out that one guy that you feel you are the most connected with, that guy who is the heart and soul of the team, that guy who is just the galvanization of everything that you guys believe in. And you know who that was? Their middle linebacker. That's all I got to say.
Hey, I was going to say this other thing that me and Landlord...
Win or lose, they was winning or dying by their middle linebacker.
I was going to say this other thing that me and Landlord were talking about earlier on the other show. You remember we were talking about playing the Giants last year, and they were 9-8. And he was like, hey man, they weren't that good of a team. I said, you know what the difference in between them being a good team and a bad team? The 2 games that we played them, because they ended 9-8. If they had beat us, they would have been 11-16.
Yeah, true.
We were the difference in between them being a good team and not. So I don't like people discrediting any team that you play. If you lose to that team, they're a better team, aren't they?
Yeah, the only thing though, because you got me on that. Hold on. He got me on that, and I agreed.
That's 11-5 team.
But think about this though. We seen the Giants with a good record, and we still swept them though. You got to give me that too.
I'll give you that.
You got to give me that too. See, we be thinking. I ain't just arguing. I'm just saying because that made a lot of sense. I'm like, damn, he ain't got me there. I said, I agree. I agree. That's a bad dude right there. But then I just thought about it just now. I said, well, the Giants had a winning record last year, and we whooped their ass.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They still got an opportunity to be a winning team, though. What is it? You know, we are in their way. You know what I'm saying? We are in their way.
And that's a good place to be in the way you're up.
Facts. That's where you're supposed to be.
Same thing with the Commanders. I called them the Commanders. They were the Redskins in 2016.
They tried.
They finished 9-7-1 and got swept by the Dallas Cowboys. So in theory, they also would have been an 11-win team. We are the ones that kept the NFC East from going crazy.
And I'm gonna the Chiefs ain't been the best team in football all year.
They were.
Huh? Hey, can I tell y'all something too? Can I tell y'all something?
They were. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna say this: the NFL is so fast and moving that you're not really designing your team to beat every team. Like you can't design your team to beat 30, 31 other teams. There's gonna be some teams that are just they're the way their makeup is built and designed. They're built to beat you. You know what I'm saying? Teams that run the ball and have big guards that pull. Oh my God, bro! Listen to me. One thing I will, and let me say this for a couple seconds, goddamn.
Who interrupted you?
You gotta get it down together, man.
He said,
let me just say this now.
He argued with himself.
Hey, I interrupt myself.
Where's the?
I interrupt myself at times. You won't let me talk. You won't let me talk.
Go ahead, man. Y'all so crazy.
Man, I have never in my life seen so many pulling tackles, pulling tight ends, pulling freaking wide receivers. Like, bruh, everybody blocks in San Francisco, bruh.
Everybody and their mama.
Bro, listen, they had 84. Not 84, but that. Bruh, everybody blocks. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I love that, man. Trent Williams can run too, bro. He's not retiring no time soon.
No, he's gonna play for another 3-4 years.
Because, bro, they have Trent pulling damn near like, bro, imagine Trent Williams running at you, bro. I don't give a damn who you are, bro.
I think that's what's the most important right there.
That shit was ridiculous, bro.
You get that.
In our little defense, bro, we're not beating that. We're not stopping that.
We're going to say what D.A. Lee said.
He said, and they want to block.
They want to
block.
They
want to block.
That's the difference. They want to block.
That should look deadly, bro. That should look deadly.
Shout out to Numbhead Neil for the 5-piece on my end. He said, facts, West Coast. Look at that 1995 when we got swept by the damn 4-12 Redskins. Half their wins were against us that year, which is true.
Yeah. But let's talk about that, though. Because it's a difference between, like, you know, when somebody say, hey, I gotta go to work. Hold on, this is going to be quick.
Go ahead.
They say, I gotta go to work. Or somebody who just got the job feel like I get to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a difference between got to and get to. You know what I'm saying? You got to block or do you get to block? Somebody who don't get no time to play, they on the field like, man, I get to go out here and block. I get to go out here and run around. Like, let's do it. Somebody who on the field all the time that take it for granted. Like, man, I got to block this big old defensive lineman, man. God dang. Like, it's a difference. Do you actually want to block? I think that's profound.
And I'm going to tell you,
simple, but it makes a world of difference.
Hey, and a segue on that, that's how I feel Marquise Bell and J-Ron Curse was. I think at the beginning of this period, oh my God, we on the field. Oh my God, we on the field.
Mama!
We out here.
We out here, mama.
We made it.
but by like week 9,
Shit.
My body different.
Hey, listen to me.
They hit the paid in full. My body different, B. What
He got shot in the
my
head.
body different. It don't work the same.
It's not
no
the
more.
same no more.
Hey, listen to me. Jay Bryant says, but by West Coast's logic, the way to the Super Bowl is based on matchups. If you meet a team you don't match up with, you lose. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's the truth. That's
It
the
is.
truth. It really is.
Hey,
Football is all
welcome to
about
our
matchups.
side of the table. Welcome to our side of the table.
Football literally all about matchups. You want
Why
know
you
why?
think we
Listen,
didn't
hold
want to
up.
play Green
Time
Bay?
out. And I'm gonna have to leave
said
after
that
this.
shit.
I'm
I
gonna
said
have
that
to
shit
leave after
instantly.
this. But listen to this though. Football is 100% all about matchups. Because you want to know why? That's why football math don't add up. Think about this. Why you think that the terrible Philadelphia Eagles, because I said they was bad at the beginning of the year. These two can vouch for me. I said them boys are trash. I said they were gonna be under 500. They got a couple of lucky wins in there. I said they was gonna be terrible this year. How you think that they the ones that beat the Super Bowl champions, but yet they get blew out by the Giants? This is why football matchups don't make sense. This is why football math don't add up. They get blew out by us, get blew out by the Giants, but they
beat Miami, didn't they?
But they beat the Chiefs. They beat Miami too.
Beat the Bills.
And beat Buffalo.
Damn, so the Eagles beat
Miami, Buffalo,
a bunch of AFC teams.
They beat Miami, Buffalo, and KC.
A bunch of AFC teams.
This is why football math don't add up, because it's all about matchups. It's literally all matchups. That's why when you hear us be like, well, oh man, think about it. It's simple. If you got a team with weak cornerbacks, but this team got strong wide receivers, you might be in trouble. It's that simple.
Day.
Like it's that simple, bro. Football is literally all about matchups.
Mm-hmm. Philly lost to the Jets.
And listen to me. That's why I keep it real.
You want to know why? Because Jalen can't throw.
Hey,
they
think
got
about
them
this.
DBs over there, but they
And
ain't
think
even
about this.
have them. They ain't even
And
have
think about
them.
this, fellas. That's why. Listen to me. That's why I was such on a rant and on a push. Honestly, where I didn't want to play Green Bay. I wanted to go to Tampa Bay. I wanted that 5th seed. I didn't want that number 2 seed. I wanted to go on the road because I felt that the Buccaneers was a better matchup. And listen to me, it's the exact. I always use this example. Then I got to take these boys up out of here. But listen, I always use this example right here. It's just like when the Mavericks won the championship. Well, guess what? Who's the team that they didn't have to play? They didn't have to play the Spurs. Why? Because the Spurs were already out.
And look, our matchup got us destroyed. Like, bro, the Mavericks probably could have beat the Grizzlies. We couldn't mess with them boys. Them boys were physical. We was finesse that year.
Mm-hmm.
Them boys took us out. Like, hey, and it didn't even make sense, but it was all about the matchups. That's what it's about.
Right,
my boy Danny said, football math is like Chinese math. It don't add up, bruh. It don't.
That's why
the more you guys think like that,
beat this team, so this team should beat this team. It don't never be like that.
Exactly.
It don't never be like that.
Ever.
Because there are just flat out teams that are just built to beat you. And you know what it is? And honestly, that's why I honestly don't even that's why I don't even agree with the whole you can only beat good teams. Because, bro, you can be listen to me. If the Eagles are 0-7 when they play the Dallas Cowboys, you are not going to tell me they're about to give us the best punch they have given in 8 weeks. I do not believe it.
It's a mic drop moment right here. That's why you get a loss in Arizona, because we didn't match up well against them.
Facts.
Them boys ran physically and went in there and physically dominated and imposed their will on this team. And y'all know what our Achilles heel is. We can't stop the run. Them boys was gangster and dominant.
And a running
same thing in Buffalo. Buffalo a good team. That's why I ain't used them. But Arizona, they wasn't a good team. We just didn't match up with them boys. That's why.
So then you know what? That Baltimore Ravens game in Dallas on turf, that's gonna be a circle game, bro.
It's gonna be crazy.
Because on paper, that is a team that we do not match up well against, and they got a defense.
Exactly, Goose Wilson. Any given Sunday. That's why you gotta watch every game. That's why we be mind blown by some of these teams that be taking it to other teams. We be like, wow, I didn't see that coming.
But then we both call the Eagle getting they shit pushed in by the Cardinals.
Yes.
For that same reason.
Yes.
We said the same thing. Yep. I said they was gonna lose that game.
I said the same thing.
And you know what's crazy? I ain't gonna say I apologize to the nation, but for a quick thought, because I ain't gonna lie, seeing the Eagles beat Miami, I ain't gonna say I thought they were not. I didn't think they were a little bit better team than us, but I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of impressed. You know what I'm saying? Now I know Miami didn't have a corner some of those, but Philadelphia low key looked like a good team versus Miami, bro. Like they played well versus them.
I felt like it, that I was impressed, but I ain't gonna lie, I had my suspicion. My antennas was up because they didn't get no penalties that game. They got no penalties, 0, the whole game. Like that's rare, bro. Like I don't know, they had Eagles jerseys on up under them the zebra vest. Like real talk. Like ain't no way they supposed to. I ain't seen a football game with 0 penalties, bro. Come on now.
Appreciate you, son.
Hey, man, your boy got 10 blocks.
Who that?
Wemby.
Wemby be balling hooping, bro. What you mean?
Yeah, he got a 10
That's a bad man now. That's a bad man now. But I appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all know I literally got to go run to a shift after this. I'm working overnight shift this week. But I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Landlord from Alabama. Y'all holler at these good gentlemen. I'm going to have to get up out of here.
Same. I'm finna have to run off. It's your boy Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store on the road to 2K. So come and sub to the channel.
Absolutely.
Wes, what you got to say to the folks before we get out of here, man?
Shoot, man, this season gonna be very, very interesting, man. And I mean, it's off season. It's gonna be very, very interesting. It's gonna be enough drama to get us through to this. I praise God for it. So it's gonna be very interesting, man. But y'all already know what it is. Never look down till stars up.